So, Gene, Hunter, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
So, Gene, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Some of your experience in Christian media and how that's impacted your life and your faith.
Yeah, I was born in a pastor's family, so I've been in the ministry my whole life. I went to the Baptist Bible College in Springfield, Missouri. I have a degree in church music, which is working with choirs and that type of thing. Throughout that whole time, I had a passion for writing for myself. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what that passion was. I just liked to write. And eventually that all came out to where now I'm writing books, and I'm a published author of a couple books out there. So
why don't you share those titles real quick?
Yeah, the first one is Eyewitness. I don't know, I won't give you too much of the details. You can go out there on Amazon. And the second one is called The Dust Man. Working on the third one, which is hopefully titled Miracle Maker. So it's everything's in the works. But as a writer, it's a lonely business because you have just you and your computer pretty much, or you're writing however you decide to write your material. So it's good to have other people, like other authors or other just creative people, just to be around and socialize and get ideas and shoot things off of. Is this a good idea or not? Does it sound right? That type of thing. So then with Kathy, who will be here in just a minute, Kathy Bruins, she's actually the founder of The Well, which is a conference for Christian creatives. So it's not just for writers, but it's for people who are in media, social media, film, acting, art of all sorts of things. Anything creative, and everything that we do is part of Christ. It's founded in ministry, and it's founded in biblical principles. So we want to bring people together to not only teach them, but to equip them and to network them out. So because a lot of people don't know where to find some of the resources that they need to move on to their next part of their career, or their whatever that might look like, whether it's a career, whether it's a hobby, whether it's something they're even thinking about pursuing. That's what we want to do with The Well, and that's going to be coming up in April 28th and 30, and it's right around the corner from this location. So,
awesome!
Yeah,
and will that be available on Amazon as well?
That's on our website.
Okay.
Yeah, which is seeyouatthewell.net. So, that's pretty much that.
May I ask, what inspires your stories, and what do you base them off of?
The first one, I'll just real quick. I was sitting in church one day, and I was wondering, okay, if an angel were to show up at this church, would people believe it? Number one, and two, what would that message be? And my thought would be, some people would believe it. Other people would think, the pastor's spending too much money on special effects, kind of a thing. So, and you get those things together, and then from there the seed just grew. Okay, well, what would that look like if somebody were to have, a near body experience, out of body experience, and they ended up outside the gate of heaven? What would that look like? And that's where that idea kind of formulated for that one. And then the second one just kind of spun off from one of those characters that I had in that book, and third one's even now I got a little series going with them. So so that's kind of where I try to put some real life experiences in there. Mine are all fiction works,
Right.
But at the same time also try to put things in there that are not I don't want to say unrealistic, but that that needs God's interventions in us, and because everything that we do, and especially in my life, is God protects us. God gives us direction. God, we let God lead us. Sometimes we don't want God to lead us, and we go off on our own. And then what happens at that point? So and then how do we get back into God's goodness and graces and His blessings and things? So that's kind of where my stories come from.
Kathy, I'm Hunter. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I love your shoes.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, right here we're on Facebook Live here, and so we're doing a little introduction here. And so if you wouldn't mind sharing your name with the camera, and then kind of where your expertise lies in Christian media.
All right. My name's Kathy Bruins. I'm the founder of the Well Ministry for Creatives. And what we do is we equip, network, and refresh Christian creatives. And that is not only writers or speakers or artists, actors, and we have tracks on self-care and comedy, and it's growing minute by minute. God is doing so much with the well.
That's awesome.
So we're really excited about it. And this, we found today's activity event just parallels with what God is doing, because we want the young people to come in. I can see a track on animation happening at the well. So there's a lot of possibilities, and we're just excited to be here and see what's going on.
Yeah, awesome. How long has the well been going around? Yeah, and
Well, it started in 2017. We had our first conference in 2018, and this year's in April will be the third conference because we had the COVID,
right.
all that going on. But even with that, those spaces in between, we've been growing, and we're in our third facility because of growth. Fairhaven Ministries in Hudsonville, and so we actually have room to grow now finally, and it's amazing the people that God brings to us. We're going to be having Carol Kent from Speak Up and JC Films with the film festival.
Right.
So we have some big names coming.
Well, I'm excited to see how God uses you.
He is so good. He is so good.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
We'll be looking forward to hearing more about what you guys can do and how God's going to use you. It's going to be incredible. I already know.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.